for the first time since starting Tirzepatide, I went almost 2 weeks without stepping on the scale. Honestly, I was scared because in those 2 weeks, I had a holiday weekend, a birthday cheesecake, a huge family party, a really stressful family situation, and I basically had no idea what my weight was doing. So, for someone who normally weighs every single day, this was like flying blind. So, today I finally stepped on the scale and the number surprised me. But the bigger surprise wasn't the number, it was what this told me about whether maintenance is actually working. Hey, everybody, welcome back. And I'm Carrie, and it is weigh in day for week number 63. And I have to be honest with you, this one's a little different. I did not weigh in the last week. I haven't stepped on a scale for almost 2 weeks now, and that has never happened once since I started Tirzepatide back in May of last year. Not once. I usually weigh every single day, so that if things are going the wrong direction, I can catch it absolutely as soon as possible. So this is completely new territory for me, and frankly, it was a little scary. And I'm going to walk you through exactly why, because I think it's actually a really useful window into what maintenance really looks like. So here's what happened. It was a holiday weekend and it was my husband's, Jeff's, birthday. We spent almost 2 weeks out at the beach in our RV. We have a bit of land out there where we camp in the RV. And because I work remotely, when the weather is good, we spend a lot of time out there. It's also very near where some of my siblings have retired, so it means I get to spend a lot of time with family too. Because it was the holiday weekend, we also had a lot of other family coming out to camp with us, which is always a blast. I love having a big group around the campfire at night, the kids running around and everybody catching up. It is really one of my favorite times of year. Jeff and I also host a huge party on the property every 4th of July. This year, we had about 60 people. We roasted a whole pig, we had axe throwing, and then we all went and watched the largest fireworks display you could possibly imagine all up and down the beach. This is not a city show and it's not a government display. This is just regular people who spend, some of them, thousands and thousands of dollars on fireworks, and they are all lighting them off at the same time along 28 miles of beach. And this year, the beach was absolutely packed with people lighting off fireworks. It is an unbelievable sight, and I never get tired of it. Favorite thing to do on the 4th of July. But I digress. It was a great party with about 60 people, but there's always stress hosting an event like that, right? Well, this year, in the middle of the party, we had to ask a relative to leave because of some, frankly, pretty bad behavior. We've never had to do that before, ever. And it was stressful in a way that went way beyond the normal chaos of hosting. There was drama, there was some yelling and some name calling, and then there were multiple really nasty texts that I got over the next several days. Just stressful. I am not going to pretend that that didn't get under my skin. Even after many years of nursing, where I'd like to think I developed pretty thick skin, family conflict still really upsets me. Family is just so very important, and this felt like a pretty drastic measure to have to take. But frankly, it was unavoidable. As the hosts, we could not sacrifice the comfort of all of our guests in order to spare the feelings of one person behaving badly. That stress sat with me for days. In fact, it's still on my mind today. My instinct is always to smooth over and fix things, but honestly, I think some time and some distance is probably a better approach. And I don't really want to be very specific about what happened, but I know you are sitting there begging me to tell you what actually happened, because I would be if I were sitting there listening to me talking about this. But I also have family who watch my videos, and I don't want to cause any harm. So I'm just going to say that the behavior was bad enough that it made a whole lot of people pretty uncomfortable. And even though there was absolute agreement that we made the right call, it still upset me pretty badly. And I think that's worth discussing, because stress like that doesn't just live in your head, it shows up in your body too, and in your sleep and your appetite, sometimes in a stalled scale, but for me, more likely the other direction, right? So keep that in mind for yourselves too if you've had a rough stretch. And okay, I'm curious if you've ever had to make a tough call like that at a family event or at a party, drop a comment and tell me how you handled it. I could use some moral support at this point. All right, on top of all that, there were a couple of family birthdays happening during the same stretch. Jeff, my husband's birthday was one of them, and I made him a full sugar cheesecake with full sugar strawberry sauce. The real deal, because that's his favorite. And it was absolutely delicious. No regrets there. And Jeff absolutely loved it. If you've been on this journey a while, you know I'm a believer that I don't like to make any food the enemy. And this cheesecake really proved the point. It was delicious. So if you put all of that together, a stressful week, a big event surrounded by a full complement of family, birthday treats, holiday food, and I was really, really nervous about stepping on the scale, and I kept putting it off. I actually had a scale with me at the beach. I just didn't use it the entire time. Part of me really just didn't want to know, but you can't live in denial forever, right? Eventually, you got to come back to reality. And here's the other side of it though. During that same 2 weeks, I spent at least 10 hours in the water boogie boarding. 10 hours. And that is an incredible workout, full body workout against the resistance of the waves. And I could feel it the whole time. I also went on some pretty long walks with my sister. Sisters are great for listening when you're stressed, and I'm so lucky to have her. Love you, sis. And after all of that, I am actually stronger now than I was when I left for the trip. I am doing more reps on my total gym than I could do before I left. So, whatever was happening on the scale that I didn't know about, body was clearly doing something right underneath it all. So today I finally got up the guts and I stepped on the scale. The last time I weighed in, I was 148 pounds, and today I am 148 and 3/4 of a pound. 3/4 of a pound up. And after 2 weeks of stress, full sugar cheesecake, a holiday's worth of food, and no weigh-ins at all to keep me accountable in the moment, I'm not so unhappy with that 3/4 pound, because that leaves me squarely in my maintenance goal range of 145 to 150 pounds. Honestly, I'm ecstatic. But 3/4 of a pound is probably just water weight anyway. This is exactly the kind of results that tell me maintenance is actually working, not just on a good week, but on a hard one too. And for anyone who's newer to the channel, here's a quick recap of where I started. I am a 55-year-old nurse practitioner. I am 5'7" tall. My highest weight over 25 years ago was around 265 pounds, but I started Tirzepatide on May 2nd of 2025 at 202.2 pounds. My goal ended up being 147 pounds, and I hit that the first part of this year. And since then, I have been in maintenance with a target range of 145 to 150 pounds. And I am on a maintenance dose of 7 milligrams per week. This week was another real stress test of that maintenance range, and it held. So if you're in maintenance yourself, or you're heading into it and you're worried about one hard week or one holiday will do to you, I hope this shows you that the range is there exactly for this reason. Life happens, family members get kicked out of parties, cheesecake is still delicious, and the scale can still land right where it's supposed to. I think that's the real lesson from this one. Maintenance was never supposed to mean perfect conditions, perfect meals, and zero stress. It's supposed to hold up when real life happens, and this stretch was about as real as it gets. 2 weeks off the scale, and I landed within 3/4 of a pound of where I started. Tells me the system I've built, the dose, the movement, the mindset, it's actually working the way it's supposed to. If this kind of honest, real life look at maintenance is helpful to you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really does help the channel reach more people who need to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any part of this journey. Thanks for being here for this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.